Welcome back to Vegan Vision. I'm just going to dive right in. This video, as you saw at the title, this video is going to be the top 5 questions I was asked as a vegan. I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory about how I became vegan, and then we'll dive into the 5 questions. There have been so many experiences that I went through that eventually got me to this path, but I will say this. I remember one day I was driving down from work. I'm tired, it's late, I don't want to go home and cook, so I'm thinking about what sounds appetizing, what can I eat tonight. The strange thing was, I think I might have had Cajun food the day before, so I had like shrimp or some type of seafood. I might have had chicken that earlier that day for lunch, and I might have had beef in the fridge that I wanted to cook a couple days later with a meal or whatever. So just having those thoughts in mind, I'm thinking, okay, if I don't want chicken, I don't want shrimp, I don't want beef, I don't want fish, what else is there to eat? And it literally just blew my mind that outside of those 5 different meat selections or whatever the case is, I had no idea what I wanted to eat. And it blew my mind because I could not think of a meal that did not have a meat that I did not want or that I wanted, which was, I can say that is strange now. And 2, the fact that it was only 5 different meats that I could circulate around or only think about that I wanted. And it was challenging to me because I was like, okay, well, if I can't eat these meats, what else is there to eat? Knowing now the knowledge that I do have, the little knowledge that I do have, there's so many other things to eat. But I was in that mindset to where I didn't have any knowledge of anything else. I didn't want anything else. So I literally did not know what to do. So that I want to say that was the first couple of steps that I took in order to start researching. I was like, okay, well, maybe I should start changing my diet. That's when I started Googling pescatarian and stuff like that. And of course, on certain websites, it started expressing to me about like vegetarian. And eventually I got to a page that was talking about vegan. Now, let me tell you, I never heard the word vegan 2 years ago or whatever the case is. I had no idea what it was. I knew what a vegetarian was. I knew that it didn't have certain things in his diet, but I had no knowledge of what a vegan is. So honestly, when I read the description of what a vegan was, I knew that is what I wanted to be. Even having that mindset of, I like these different 5 meats or whatever the case is, that is where I wanted to be. But it still took some time for me to transition from just that research moment until where I am at this, this point today currently. So after doing that research, I was like, okay, so I'm thinking I can go more pescatarian. I'm fine with being pescatarian. I love my seafood. I love my shrimp. I love my fishes and stuff like that. Cajun seafood was my absolute favorite. So I started, so eventually someone brought to my knowledge about tilapia. If you don't know anything about tilapia and you're interested, I can definitely make a video just to help educate anyone. But tilapia is like the absolute worst fish you can eat in this world. One, it's not organic. And when I say that, I mean it's not real. It is man-made. And I'll just leave it at that. Like I said, if y'all want a video about tilapia or the knowledge that I found on tilapia, I can definitely make one. Write a comment below and I will definitely do that for y'all. Backtrack. So when I found out about tilapia, I had to cut that out of my diet quick, fast, and in a hurry. So I still was eating shrimp, and someone told me about this other fish. Now, forgive me, I don't even know how it's properly pronounced, but it's swai. And this was probably outside of catfish. I still enjoyed catfish, but I didn't purchase it a lot. Outside of catfish, the swai fish was the other fish, Swai was the only other fish that I was eating that I really enjoyed. It was something about this fish, it really did take on whatever flavors you were cooking it with. So you can have it in a Cajun meal, you can have it in a soul food meal, whatever you wanted. It really did pick up the flavors that you incorporated with it. So I remember like it was yesterday. I was preparing my shrimp. So the shrimp had to be peeled or whatever the case is. So I'm, in my sink, have my bowls, whatever. I'm shucking them, one bowl here, one bowl there. Something either caught my attention or distracted me to where in the midst of me doing this labor, I looked away, whatever. So in the midst of me looking away, I dropped the shrimp, either in the bowl, in the sink, whatever the case is. So as I went back to pick it up, I scared myself, y'all. I thought it was a bug. No lie, I thought it was a bug. I thought it was a bug so much to where I picked it up and I dropped it and I freaked out. I stood back and I looked at my situation. and I could not stop looking at the shrimp like it was a bug. And this was before, now on the internet, if you can, well, so I've personally seen it. I've seen side-by-side comparisons of shrimp and cockroaches and bugs and stuff like that. I can honestly say this is before I saw the memes or the post about that. But I looked down at my bowl, at my food, at the shrimp, and it reminded me of bugs. So, I walked away, took a breather. I'm still hungry, so I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just tripping. It's been a long day. Maybe I just need to recoup, come back to the kitchen, whatever, finish. So, I finished. I came back. I finished doing the labor. I went to the stove. I started cooking it. And as I'm sitting there just looking at the food in the pot, I could not do it. It was like my whole mind had changed. I could no longer look at this food, this shrimp, this creature, and not look at it as if it wasn't a bug or another creature. And it just blew my mind. I was like, okay, y'all, this is it. I can't even be a pescatarian because shrimp was my number one favorite seafood. So if I can't have my shrimp, all I'm left was the fish. I just don't even want it anymore. So that was the point where I was like, okay, vegan it is. So I remember it was 2018 around the holidays. I remember it was Christmas, For our Christmas, we don't have the traditional meals. We all incorporate some type of a potluck meal. So the two things that I cooked, it was shrimp kebabs and chicken kebabs. Yes, I know. I made them for everyone else, but I did not indulge in it. I might have had maybe 1 or 2 skewers of shrimp or chicken. I can't remember what it was, but I do remember I did not complete my plate. On my plate, I had some type of a pasta that had a cheesy pasta or Italian pasta or something like that. I did not finish that. I was already at the mental point to where I didn't want it anymore. I was kind of like, well, it doesn't make sense to eat this now when, less than a month later, I'm not going to be even enjoying it or having it anymore. I was already mentally prepared to no longer have this in my diet. And then starting, the first of the new year, January 1st, I just stopped completely. I made sure I went through my cupboards and my cabinets. I removed everything that had any type of animal, and I mean to the T. If it had eggs cooked in it, if it had milk, butters, all of that. If it had any of that incorporated with it, I don't want it. No. So that started my journey, and here I am. I'm very excited and so happy I made that decision. I have opened the eyes to a few other people. They haven't crossed over yet, but hey, my job is only beginning. I have met so many beautiful, encouraging people, those that are vegan and those that aren't vegan, those that have tried vegan diets and can express to me the positive experience and results of having a vegan diet. I will say this, I've been a vegan for over a year. Let's see, it's been a year and 5 months. What is that? 17 months. I've been a year. I've been a vegan for 17 months. I have lost over, I have lost over 80 pounds. And I'm going to see if I can post a before and after picture the best that I can. Not only have I lost so much weight, my energy is different. I am starting my days at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, sick the very latest, if I'm, just up and not wanting to crawl out of bed or what the case is. That's a whole nother situation. But I'm starting my days earlier. I'm full of energy. I have a clear mindset. A clear mindset is probably the best things I have experienced with this. I don't know, just my views on a lot of things in this world have changed. There's something about that diet that really did open my mind to a lot of things. I remember I went to a carnival or something like that, and it just looked so barbaric to see these people walking around with these big ass turkey legs. Me not even wanting a slice of any type of animal meat or whatever, for them to be these big old turkey legs. It's just I will say this, I feel kind of disconnected from the world a lot of the times, but I know this journey is going to turn out to be the best. Oh, I don't like that. I know this journey, sorry y'all. I washed my hair yesterday and I was supposed to twist it this morning, but I think I'm gonna wait until tomorrow because I'm just not feeling it today. I know this is a side note, but hey, I'm being raw, I'm being real. This is me. But I washed it yesterday and it's just doing its own thing. I've been locked up for 1 year. April was my 1 year anniversary, so I'm so excited for that. I got a little hang time too, y'all. Okay, that's good. It's such a side note, but anywho, so here I am, living the life, loving the life, and just ready to dive in deeper. Like I said, the first year, I don't know if I said it in this video, the first year I really did use some meat substitutes, and I just really educated myself in order to get to a place of comfortability in this vegan lifestyle to where I can gain more confidence, more knowledge, so that I was better in the kitchen. And now diving into the rest of the years, I would love to start experiencing more of a raw diet. And